Are you in it? The dad bod special. He's taking up the screen.
Here we go, boys.
Here we go, boys.
The bod.
Welcome to the official first DadBodCast. I'm your host, DadBod Jake. Let me just run down a few things real quick before we get too deep into this. Let me give you some mediums on how to find us. First of all, if you want to watch this thing live, if you want to see us, right now we're all dressed up as onesies. In onesies. I'm an alligator. We got Darren over here, and you're a panda, right?
Panda.
We got Dolan, panda. Darius, you're like a monkey or something?
Gorilla.
A gorilla.
Gorilla.
Okay, so you're gonna want to watch us live. So how are you gonna watch us live? Twitch.tv/DadBodSportsTalk. If you can't watch us live, I'm uploading this video on YouTube.
Click the link.
You gotta click the link below the Twitch for our YouTube. You can also find us on Twitter, twitter.com/DadBodSportsTalk, no A. And then I'm gonna try to upload the audio to SoundCloud and iTunes podcast. All right, now that we got that out of the way, that's gonna be our only ad because we have no ads.
Hey,
So
just
follow us on
just,
Twitch.
Just right out of the gate, that was good. That was good production right there.
Did you like that?
Yeah. Way to put us out there. That's
So
good.
let's celebrate our first.
This is
cast.
how you get the dad bod right here.
Here's our Coors Lights, boys.
For Dale.
And cheers, guys.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers to the Dad Bod Sports Talk.
To the podcast.
Podcast.
Dale.
All right, so now we're gonna each introduce ourselves. I introduced myself a little bit already. I'm DadBod Jake. I'm in the green. I don't know, dinosaur onesie. And what I think we should do is one fun fact about yourself. You say it. You can say whatever you want, and get them to come back each week because they want to know more about us, right? So,
right.
One fun fact about me is that I have a receding hairline.
Can we see it?
Yeah, can we?
Well, it's
you got to come back.
You'll probably never see it because
you got to come back
because every week I'll probably be wearing a hat because if you know, as a man, you're always trying to hide that receding hairline. But we'll give it like a little
like sneak preview.
Can you see? That's it. That's it.
There it is.
Get the hat
We
back
call
on.
that the power alley.
All right, Dan. Let's see what you're up to.
Hi, my name's Darren. Fun fact about me is my nickname is the Psyche Man. You have to come back next week to learn a little more about that.
The Psy Key Man.
Yeah.
Don, what do you got?
Sigh.
Nice and soft. Sigh.
I think. I'm Dalton. I think I got the best like dad bod here. Classic.
You got the best dad bod in the game.
Yeah, classic retired
You got the
former Division I athlete body. Is what I got going on over here.
Dalton, how old are you?
Depends who you ask.
Should we make it clear that none of us are actually dads? But
True.
this should be one of our sayings.
True.
You don't have to be a dad to have a dad bod.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, that's
100%. I think we're just getting ahead of the game.
Yeah.
In fact, I think peak dad bod is like maybe right after college. Is that peak
Ooh.
dad bod?
It's literally like Nike, just do it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
All right, Darius, let's hear what you're all about.
My name is Darius. I'm the gorilla. This is my fun fact.
Is it fun?
I don't know if it's fun.
Okay.
My pregame is my whole game.
Okay.
Okay.
Here we go.
Darius, are you a loser?
False. You got to come back to find out more about
All right,
the
let's
gorilla
jump into some
glue over
sports.
here.
This is the Dad Bod Sports Talk, guys. First topic of discussion is going to be baseball. And since there's only two teams playing baseball right now, we're talking World Series.
Oh,
Astros versus Dodgers. Game 6 just happened. We're doing a Game 7 tomorrow. My first question is, if the Dodgers win, who's your MVP? We'll go with Darius. Go.
I think it depends on what exactly happens in Game 7. But if it's another close game and they close it out, I'm going Kenley Jansen. He's been their best pitcher.
Probably has their best ERA.
Yeah, best pitcher, and like tonight they bring him in every clutch situation. They brought him in the 8th. He's pitched multiple games. I know he gave it up last night or a couple nights ago in Houston, but he's been their best.
All right, who do you think is going to win the game? Dodgers or
I think
Houston?
Kenley, I think he got him there. I mean, his postseason, he's like a Kershaw postseason deal
Well, I'm
right
talking
now.
about
Like
World
they're both
Series
just
MVP, right?
terrible. Yeah.
At
I don't
what
know about Kenley.
at what point was he terrible? Besides obviously in Houston.
He blew it at home. He gave up the homer in ninth to Marwin Gonzalez.
Yeah.
If he
Opposite
doesn't do
field.
that, the series is probably over.
Yeah. That sent the game into extra innings.
Yeah.
And then the Astros end up winning that game.
I
And
think,
then he blows it in Houston again.
I think if Dodgers win, the MVP is going to be determined in Game 7.
Well, yeah, that's
so
my
it's
point.
like, yeah. So
Yeah.
right now that's
I
not
think so.
clear. Like for me,
I'd put question mark there.
like we can move on to the next one. If Houston wins, I feel like if Houston would have won tonight,
It's Verlander.
I don't think it's Verlander.
Who do you think? Who do you got?
Because Verlander, I mean, I guess if he would have done better tonight, that's what if Verlander.
Well,
Because if Verlander went 6 innings and gave up his 3 runs and Houston won, I think it would have been Springer. I got Springer.
I think Springer too.
Yeah.
This guy's batting like 350, has 4 home runs.
Yep. 6
In-
RBIs.
Yeah, this guy's hot right now.
Opposite field tonight. That was.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, this guy's hitting him.
Not to mention he.
I don't think they would give it to him because they glorify
I think it's-
the
yeah,
pitchers and stuff like that.
I think it's
That's
a
what I'm
Verlander-
saying. It would have
Yeah.
been Verlander.
I think it's a
But
Verlander story. I think it's just built.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean,
And he-
Verlander's a stud. Let's get
Verlander
that.
is a
Let's just
stud.
get that right out in the open. Verlander is.
How hairy is Verlander though?
Verlander might have the best dad bod on the Astros.
True.
No.
I've started to look at
Brian
Verlander.
McCann.
Ooh.
Brian
I don't
McCann
know,
is
Brian
dad
McCann.
bod
Yes.
central.
Brian McCann's like me when I walk. He like when he runs. That's how I picture I walk. Like my knees hurt watching him round the bases. I was watching him try to go first to third today, and I was just like, oh no.
I don't even think it's a walk. It's a waddle.
All right, since we're not going to be casting tomorrow, who do we have? Who do you have? Do you have
I'm
you
going
have
Stros.
Dodgers or Astros?
Stros.
Do you know who's pitching
McCullers.
versus
The U-man.
the U-man?
The U man.
You're going Astros. McCullers is pretty good. Dalton, who you got?
I'm a big
I-
fan of the U-man, but
I
gotta
said
go
from the
Stros.
very beginning when they got Verlander that even before when they didn't have Verlander, but I always liked Verlander. I want to see him get a ring. He's getting old. I think he's like 35, 36. I'd like to see Verlander get a ring. But then again, the U-man is the U-man. I would love to spend a night out in like
Koreatown.
Yeah,
Koreatown with the U-man.
Who? I think he's Japanese. Who?
Yeah, but I mean, I think he'll still go.
You think he'll still go to Koreatown?
Who knows? I'll go wherever he wants to go. Wherever he parties, I'll party.
But do you have the Astros or the Dodgers?
I like
Gun to your head.
gun to my head. I'm jump, but I'll take. I think Lance McCullers has been very, very, very good this far.
A lot of varies.
I would say that's a lot of areas.
But I hate the Dodgers.
Okay.
Astros.
Dan?
I mean, I hate to go agree with these guys, but yeah, Stros all the way. I'm on the Stros.
Let's make it clear because when I'm going to say that the Astros too, that we all hate the Dodgers.
Oh,
And we have a
we're
giant
so biased.
Angels
let's
fan.
clarify this.
Angels
Click
flag.
the link.
Let us clarify this. Me and Dalton would love to go out with the U-man.
Oh,
So
the
we do
U-man's
love
my
the
guy.
U-man.
I'm a fan of you, Darvish, and I'm a fan of Clayton Kershaw, but that's it.
But we hate the
I'm
Dodgers.
I don't
still.
like
I'm
to-
more of a U fan. Like I would do really questionable things to have the U-man be on the Angels after this offseason.
Name one questionable thing.
Like
PG-13.
Yeah.
There is no
That's not.
PG-13
Then
answer.
that's not questionable
Then that's
things.
not, yeah, that's
Then you're done.
questionable for under. Nah, never mind.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeez.
Kevin Spacey.
What do we think about Dave Roberts is managing his pitching?
Here goes
Why-
Dalton.
Here's what I want to throw in my 2 cents. Why haven't we seen more of Kershaw? Well, I'd rather have like today it worked out from this Tony. I'd rather have a 50% Tony, or I'd rather have a 50% Clayton Kershaw than 100% Tony Watson. This is your left-handed guys. Like that's
Tony Watson, that midseason pickup, that was like the Dodgers like front office. They're like, oh, this is gonna help our bullpen so much. Two things. I think, like, if as far as not seeing Kershaw in this entire series more, or just as and the
Yeah,
fact that
I
he didn't
think
make
so,
it.
yeah,
in
this was like a
in this
make or break
today,
game.
or what?
And like,
Because he was out there, fumbling around in the bullpen. Obviously,
But why
he
didn't
didn't come in the game.
he started game 2, right?
No, he was 1, and then last game.
Yeah, 1 and
He
5.
was 1 and 5.
So he needed to be. I would start him game 1.
Yeah.
I would, relieve pitch him game 3.
No,
Not that early.
Pitch him whatever he wants. I want
No.
Madison Bumgarner 2.0. I want him.
But
You got the whole winter time.
But see, no.
To
That's
just
what they
blow
did.
your arm out.
That's what they did with Mad Bum when they beat the Royals. He pitched 1-5, and then he came in relief in 7. It wasn't 6.
You can't.
They brought him in relief in 7. And
This
he
is my
closed it
thing.
out.
He's your ace. You ride your horse in game 1, so you need to bring him back. On 3 days rest. You can't bullpen him after his first start. You can bullpen him in the game 6 or 7 if you absolutely need him, but you can't bullpen him after his first start because then you're cutting his rest short for his next start where you need him to give you 2 solid ones in a series.
Yeah, that's why they don't use him more. He's 100% tomorrow, the first guy out of the bullpen.
Well, that's what Dave Roberts said. He said he said
Yeah, it's game 7. They're
he
gonna
said
go
that you're
all-
going to throw the last pitch, the last out of the World Series.
To Kershaw?
Yeah.
See, I think that's right there. I think that's dumb. If they're up a run, if they're up 1 run and it's the 9th inning, I want Jansen in there instead of Kershaw. Kershaw's never been in that situation. Jansen's the best closer in baseball. That's what he's made for. You give him the ball. Unless you go Bumgarner style, unless you bring him in the 5th inning and he's just cruising, then you let him close it out.
That's probably what would happen. You will go. Let's say you go 7.
Ooh.
Which is probably not going to happen.
No,
Let's
you
say you
go
go
six.
6.
You just go
Let's say you go
6.
6. You get Kershaw 7, 8, 9.
Yeah,
if he's rolling, then
absolutely.
absolutely.
There's no need to bring in Jansen there unless it gets into a scary situation in the ninth.
As
If
much
you
as
get Kershaw right out of the pen right away, you're right. You're giving him the ball knowing that he's going to take you to the ninth and through the game, or that's what you're hoping for at least.
So do you like how Dave Roberts has managed these pitches?
No, I don't.
I think he's pulled the plug a little bit too early on some of these guys.
But a classic example was today. Even though it worked out for him. Brandon Morrow has been fantastic all year, but they've been riding him so much in the playoffs. The fact that he went to him just, Rich Hill just came off a nice strikeout there. I think in the 5th. I know you're playing for keeps, but I think you got to ride
He
Rich
struck
Hill
out
there.
too. He struck out Reddick.
Brandon Morrow, and especially
out.
since you're going to Brandon Morrow because he's been ridden so hard in the playoffs.
Yeah, and he blew up last game.
Yeah, you saw Rich Hill's reaction in the dugout.
But that's just Rich Hill being.
No,
we don't like Rich Hill. He's
but that's Rich Hill being a starter. Like you want the winners want the ball when the game's on the line. Like he's pissed, he's taking him out.
Obviously, but I'm just saying I don't think you go to Brandon Morrow in that situation. I think you give Rich Hill. Now,
Rich
granted,
Hill-
if something would happen, he gives a base hit, whatever, then different situation. But the fact that he comes off a punch out and then you go, I'm going
He
to
came
Brandon
out
Morrow.
with 2 punch outs. He struck out Reddick and then he struck out Verlander.
Yeah,
And then it was like top of the lineup.
Well, and I think that's why he did it is because he's top of the lineup. And I get that. Like Brandon Morrow has been ridden like a.
it was Bregman. It would have been Bregman. It would have been Bregman versus Rich Hill in that situation.
Yeah, and you would.
Instead
it
of
was
Bregman versus Morrow.
And even though Morrow's been ridden like a horse, he's been filthy. And at some point, if I was a manager, when a guy struggles like that last game, and he gives up runs, I want to get him back on the horse because I want to build his confidence back up. You don't want to be like, oh, you blew it, I'm not going to you anymore, because then the guy's like shaking. You go right back to him.
Yeah, but you're in game 6. You're not worried about confidence. You want, I get it, you're worried about confidence, but you're going to your hot hand. You're not. You see how short the leash is in the playoffs. You're going to your hot hand.
This was.
Brandon Morrow got ridden so hard, and then obviously he fell apart last outing. It was great tonight, but
also let's really call a spade here. The home run he gave up to Correa is only a home run in that ballpark. It went barely out in the first row in Houston. That's a fly out to left in LA.
Well, there's a couple questionable home runs in LA though too, but that barely went out just because it was 100 degrees out and stuff like that.
No. I get that, but that still would. But that still would have been out in Houston. Is my point. Like the one Turner hit out.
We got a couple more minutes on this MLB talk.
yeah.
We could talk about the juice balls, but I think we all agree. The stats speak for themselves. I don't know if it's a juiced ball, but the most home runs in the regular season ever. The most, that's including the steroid era. the most home runs in the postseason ever, and the most home runs now in the World Series ever.
Okay.
So what's the cause of that?
I don't know. Dalton can answer this better. He's a collegiate baseball pitcher. He can answer better about juiced balls. But the thing I will say that no one I feel like isn't mentioning is they're bringing in these relievers and all these guys, and they are pitching a ton of innings. Like, their arms are tired. And I know people are saying they're unreal, like home runs and stuff. I mean, maybe, I'm a little bit of a homer here, but I remember when the Angels were in the World Series in 2002, the average score of games was like 15 runs. There was like a 16-11 game, like an 11-9 game. I mean, there was high-scoring games. Granted, that was like steroid era when Troy Glaus hit like 48
so you're
home
saying
runs.
That's just for the World Series though, because they just
No. That's what I'm saying. During the regular season, like the juice balls thing, like I said, Dalton can answer this better, and maybe it is. But I also think, I mean, you have a lot of young studs with power. Like you have the Aaron Judges of the world. You have Bellinger,
people
who
know
came
how to
up.
lift better. And
I would say
smarter
this. I would
and
say
better training, physical therapy, and stuff like that.
a lot
And
of
you
different technology.
Biometrics
Like these
and-
guys are just training way differently. Like they didn't have the same tools back then as they do now.
Yeah.
And the video scouting.
But
Also,
but still, I mean, you still got guys that are juiced. I
Oh,
mean, you're
100%.
kidding yourself.
Yeah.
You don't think there's guys that are
That's what my
you know
thing
I
was
mean?
like. Yeah, maybe
Balls
it's
are
not
juiced.
the balls are juiced.
Balls
but
are okay. Yeah, balls are juiced, but so are players. These guys are hitting them.
Okay, but do you think like big time players are juiced, or it's these guys that are like questionable, trying to make it to the big leagues, and they're juicing and they go from nobodies to already
so
then
Chris Taylor, who
somebody's.
hits 3 home runs,
Yeah,
one so career, and now he has-
one in his whole
and
time
now
with
he's
the
got
Mariners.
22 on the season.
Right.
That's weird to me. Justin
wow,
Turner.
you
is
just
kinda
never
weird.
know, man.
here's another conspiracy.
Who knows?
Global warming.
All right. Relax. All right. Next
we go.
question for baseball. Our last question for baseball,
Thank God.
and then we can get Darren involved in this podcast. How bad is how much? No, not how bad. How bald is Justin Turner, and how much do we hate him? Just give me like a metaphor. If the top of his head
Well,
was like,
Can we do a comparison? Dalton, we need you real quick.
There's no way that Justin Turner is balder than I am. There's
Let's
no
see.
chance.
Let's see this.
you're balder than him.
No. Let's see the top because that's what we're talking about. This is what we got.
Justin Turner's
Justin
like
Turner is this guy. He's the whole like that right there.
Justin Turner is the Hulk Hogan of baseball
See, I think it's hard to tell how bad it
because
is
he wears a hat.
because he wears the hat and he slicks it back. So when you slick it back over, it doesn't look
Sometimes
as
the camera
bad.
gets him.
Yeah, and then I'm
That's
like,
when,
ooh.
that's when we need to like just
Like
make,
he's
make
like
fun.
he's like Blake Bortles.
Yeah, but you got the
Bortles is
Blake
bad.
Bortles is bad.
he's
He
bad.
from
A lot
out
of
of
these,
nowhere.
a lot of these
Out of
NFL guys are
nowhere.
like bad.
Yeah, but that's that misconception about if you wear your hat too much, your hair follicles can't grow.
No, that's not
but
true.
these
That's
are
not
bald
true.
That's not
spots.
true.
These are
That's not
bald
true, yeah.
spots.
Yeah, you're just
Like,
dead. That's genetics.
But I started losing my hair in like 8th grade, I think.
Okay, so I know this is the last thing about baseball. I just want to know, like, and I have no idea. I'm trying to ask you, Dalton. How do they juice a baseball?
Well, I mean, it's like, how do you cork a bat? You can do whatever you
Well, I
want.
know how you cork a bat. You drill a
baseballs-
hole and you put a cork in it.
well, these baseballs
These
are made
baseballs are
differently.
made.
Are they
they're
spun
made
tighter,
differently.
or
I
they
mean,
what?
just like in college, we switched to a different ball.
But that was
my last year of
laces.
college,
That was seams.
right? But these balls are taking off. Like a couple years ago, we had the different bats in college. We had to switch because they were like, oh, the bats are too juiced.
You're not answering my question.
And now we got the baseballs.
Well, how-
They're made from the very. The
So are they
baseballs made from the
spun
beginning.
tighter or
Probably
what?
just a different material.
Tighter. They're small, tighter, and I think they're maybe a little bit lighter. I don't know. They're just flying. All
They're flying.
All right.
We can all agree they're flying.
They're flying.
They fly.
They're
All right.
flying.
Little
I mean, granted,
rock-
it was
they
hot.
fly
It's
like
hot.
little Rocket Man.
Well,
It was.
wasn't
It's been
Verlander-
hot. It's been
Global
hot,
warming
but
is
whatever.
causing the balls to fly.
Oh,
too.
wasn't Verlander saying that?
Yeah, in the sixth inning-
slipperier.
In the 6th
The
inning,
balls are so
Verlander
much
changed
slick.
his balls. Like he would get a new ball from the umpire, and he'd just be like, no.
Did Kate Upton help him
And
with
then
that?
they were like,
I don't think
Those
so.
would be nice and
and
slick.
they were like, yeah, Verlander knows what a good ball is. He's had a ball in his hand for fucking 20 years.
He's a stud.
All right, done with
He-
baseball.
he's a stud. That's it.
Let's
True. Move
seamlessly transition over
Move
to
on.
Okay.
the National Football League.
Ooh,
All right, boys.
ooh, okay.
This is America's like. It's not America's sport, but it's America's like guilty pleasure sport because they don't want to admit that they like to see people die on the field.
true.
We don't like that. We always go, ooh,
Cameron
ah,
Brate.
ooh.
Cameron Brate. Why do we always see someone like every week?
Joe Flacco.
We're in our man cave over here on Sundays, and every week we just see someone that's just dead on the field.
My guy,
I mean, not
Devontae.
literally dead, but someone's got a
No,
knee or an ankle or
Devontae
a
was
head.
dead.
Devontae
Devontae
Adams,
got killed.
They brought the body bag out for him.
He was
Shout
dead.
out to the ham zone on Sundays.
And he played the next week. Devontae was dead.
Can we get a Papa John sponsor for the ham zone?
How about
no,
Loops?
Lamppost.
Bless up.
No, Lamppost.
Joey's.
That's
Another
what we
one.
want.
Papa
Please.
John's and
Joey's
Coors Lights.
Luparellos.
All right, here's my first question.
Okay.
Who's your midseason MVP? Because we're on week 8 right now, right? So
Yeah.
there's 16 weeks, or there's 17 weeks because there's buys. So this is midseason. Who's your midseason MVP, and who's the best NFL team right now? Or what's the best NFL team right now?
All right, we going this way now?
We'll start with Darren. Darren hasn't.
I think I
Does
gotta
anybody want
go
a beer?
with Carson Wentz. That guy is just a fucking man. That guy goes hunting in New Jersey, like by the freeway.
Carson Wentz, is he probably the coolest redheaded guy we know? Well, we don't know him,
Probably.
but
I mean, we'd
He's
like to get
definitely
to know
better
him.
than Andy Dalton.
oh yeah,
The Red Rocket.
They're on opposite ends of the spectrum. For as much as I like Carson Wentz, that's how much I hate Andy Dalton.
I'd say Carson Wentz has also changed that culture. It seems like
Can you
the
guys think of any cool redheads like though?
Justin Turner.
Scalabrine.
We hate him.
The
Scalabrine's
White
up
Mamba's
there.
not bad. The White
Are we
Mamba's
making a
not
top
bad.
Scalabrine's
5
terrible.
redhead list?
No, not right now.
No, we
Okay.
don't want that.
So you
No,
got
I'm
Don't
sorry.
let it put that thing
so
back on.
you got Carson Wentz.
Or Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
We'll give him
MVP?
Rookie of the Year. We're not going to give
yeah,
him.
not MVP.
Well,
Rookie of the year.
I mean,
Rookie of the year,
I don't
Rookie of
know,
the year,
man.
Rookie of the
I
year.
mean, the Texans, they finally found their quarterback. And I loved him at Clemson. He was
Shout
nice.
out- Shout out to the Browns for passing up Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
It all depends on.
Boom,
It's like
boom,
how much
boom.
of your winning team. Like, because obviously the Eagles have the best record in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
So then everyone's like, okay, the MVP has to be from their team.
I don't
But
know.
that's not.
I
Because don't they have Offensive Player of the Year too?
Yeah, but
They
no
got a
one
bunch
cares
of
about
shit.
that.
So that's what that
Can you
that
can
goes,
you name the
that-
last offensive player
that
of the year?
goes to someone who's on a shitty team that puts up numbers.
Yeah, that's like a
Drew Brees.
Giancarlo Stanton.
That's like an Adrian Peterson.
Okay, so all right, so you got Carson Wentz. So who's your best team though?
Either
it
the
doesn't have
Eagles
to be it doesn't have to go
or
by
the
record.
Chiefs. Or the Chiefs.
The Eagles or the Chiefs.
Yeah. I think the Chiefs are really good. They're not number one in any specific category, but they're at least number 2 or 3 in all the categories: special teams, defense, and offense. And they're just a solid team. Except for, Andy Reid kind of fucks up the timeouts. Sometimes he does poor play
Andy
calling.
Reid is the
but
best manager for the first 6 games of the season ever in history.
First 3 quarters of every game.
Yeah.
First 3
And
quarters of every
first 6
game.
games every season.
Yeah. He's just lit.
All right, Don, who do you got for your MVP?
Speaking of Andy Reid, Dalton looked like him.
I got.
Still does.
We're gonna.
I've
break
always
that
been
out.
the biggest Alex Smith homer ever since he was on the Niners, and people thought I was crazy forever.
I
Oh,
still
he's
think
just a
you're
game
crazy.
manager. He's just a game manager. This guy has not thrown one pick this year. I mean, and you
because
can
he's
say
a game manager.
he's throwing the ball down the field way more.
Well, you think he has
Way
I think
more
He
so
has
than
16 touchdowns. I
Six
think.
down, 16
Se-
touchdowns.
17,
He's-
I think.
No, oh maybe. I don't
Back
know.
check.
He's throwing the ball downfield. The Chiefs are the real deal here.
How many
Kareem Hunt was a
touchdowns
nice
does Wentz have?
little find, but these guys are the real deal.
Wentz has the most.
The Chiefs
19?
defense is great. I mean, they're. I think Alex
I
Smith
should
is.
know that he's on my fantasy team.
I mean, but the MVP is always a weird thing because the most valuable player to their team is probably not Alex Smith. Most valuable player to his team is probably like Tom Brady.
We're talking about the most valuable player of the league.
Yeah, I'm
You
going
keep
Alex
changing
Smith.
the
I'm going
premise.
Alex Smith.
Smith has
I'm going Alex
16 TDs, 0 interceptions.
Yeah, I
going
know he
Alex
has 0
Smith.
interceptions.
Well,
how
how
many
many
touchdown
TDs?
passes does Wentz have?
Wentz have.
Alex Smith.
19? I want to say 19.
Alex Smith.
Alex Smith is your MVP. Who's your best team?
Chiefs.
I'm going best
Right now, this moment.
Right now, in this
Alex
moment.
Smith.
Best
Chiefs.
team, Eagles, and the MVP is Wentz.
Wentz, 19 TDs, 5 interceptions.
Got that right with that. But I think the reason, and this is why I think the Eagles are the best team. And when in the playoffs, when it matters, you need to dominate the line of scrimmage. And they have the best offensive line, defensive line combo.
Yeah.
The defensive line gets to the quarterback without them out. They don't have to blitz, so their corners can play bump and run. They can play up and all these things. I think they win in the trenches every week. And I know the Peters injury hurts the Eagles, but I still think where they are their strongest is in the trenches.
Here's my question.
That's where it wins.
Did the Eagles change their game now because they got LeGarrette and Jay?
No.
Do you think they run it more
man.
to wear down the other teams?
No, I think they'll run it. Not that they'll run it more, but they will have a primary back now. Like it's Jay Ajayi, and he's their primary back. He'll get 20 to 25 carries. They were split between Wendell Smallwood and Blunt. I think Ajayi is their main running back now. And I think when the game's on the, they have a game, they have the lead, that's when they're just going to pound it with Blunt and Ajayi and whatever, But I think they just have a primary back.
Well, I think when you said they just run this guy and wear they're already wearing these guys down because every time they rush and they think they got him, he just gets out of it, and he's like the hardest guy to tackle in the league. So they're already going, fuck, how do I get this guy down? And then he just scrambles out. You saw how he got out of like that. There was like a goddamn pile of 20 guys, and he just slipped out somehow and ran 15 yards. That's got to be frustrating for as a D lineman.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
So my pick is going to be, even though I don't really like him that much,
he took a deep sigh right there. That one hurt him to say.
Yeah,
I don't like. It's got to be Eagles and Wentz. But I'm just not I'm not completely sold on it.
Which part, Wentz or Eagles?
I like the Eagles. Well, because Wentz is making the Eagles good.
Wentz is the Eagles.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, but this is Wentz. Second year now?
Yeah,
I can't put my whole life on a second-year quarterback.
Really?
Roethlisberger was
won
his weird
Super Bowl in his first 2 years.
arm sleeves.
Brady. I mean, granted can't compare him to these guys, but I don't know. I think he's a big quarterback, big arm. He can take a hit. He can get at scramble.
That guy's hard to tackle.
Alex
for sure.
Smith
He's
can
hard to
take a
tackle.
hit. Dude, this guy's a stud.
Alex Smith is actually super good at scrambling.
He's
Scramble,
good at
he's
super
smooth,
good at
he can
scrambling.
run.
That's not what Dalton just
He
said.
can run. He can
He's
take a
good-
hit too. He can take a hit.
Dies. Have you ever seen him break a tackle and out of a sack?
No, because he doesn't.
Yes,
that doesn't
yes.
happen. He just
I've
slides.
seen him do it multiple times. He's
All
very
right,
mobile.
all right,
But
we're
you
done with
admitted
that.
you're the homer guy.
He's
Here's our next,
very
here's our
mobile.
next question. You guys ready?
Yeah. Let's do
Who's
it.
ready? Are the Patriots? Because they can argue because they
Hit it.
even though they don't look that good on the
I'd
field,
hit it.
they get wins, they get it done. Are they worse or better than last year?
On paper,
On paper,
they're better.
obviously.
They're playing.
Well, I don't know actually on paper. On paper, they won the Super Bowl last year, so it's going to be really hard to be better on paper.
They're playing.
Why you
they're
just
playing.
answer the question? Why are you on paper, off paper? Right now, are they better
Triggered.
than they were last year?
Triggered alert.
Just
Yes.
relax. I'm going to answer the question how I want to answer
All right,
the
answer
question.
it.
Throw your pen. Do whatever you want to do over there.
He forgot the
The
question. guys.
Patriots. No, I'm good. The Patriots, I think, are not. They're obviously not playing as well as they did last year. I think they're better overall team, but their defense this year is worse.
You think Edelman was a big hit?
Yes.
I think Edelman was more underrated to that team,
yes.
as a safety valve for Brady
yes,
than people expected. Everyone was like, "Oh, well, Brandon Cooks
Because
will
we'll
just
just fill in.
that slot."
Yeah.
Well,
But they're not the same player.
yeah, and it's just
But
they
they're
have
kind of
so
being forced
much.
to play the same
I think
role.
Brady and Edelman have so much
Chemistry.
chemistry. Then they they practice in the offseason, they do whatever, and they have the routes and all that
They
bullshit.
go to the Kentucky Derby.
I think
Yeah.
something that people overlook too is that last year the Patriots, their defense actually wasn't that good. It was only really good in the red zone. So
Yeah,
they gave up a lot of yards.
They were the bend don't break. They're
Yes.
the number one scoring defense in the league. They just didn't give
Yeah.
up. They gave it all they did. They're like, okay, you can drive the ball and just kick field goals.
But I don't know if they're better or worse because it doesn't matter how they play right now. Belichick will get
I
these
mean,
guys
kinda.
playing
They gotta get to
in
the playoffs. They gotta
they'll
win
make
the
the
thing.
playoffs. They'll make the playoffs.
They're going to make the playoffs, but a big thing, an advantage to the Patriots has been every year is Foxborough. They always have the home field advantage. I have very little confidence in the Patriots if they have to go to Arrowhead and play in Kansas City against the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs would win that game.
I never doubt Tom Brady or Belichick, but mostly Tom Brady because Tom Brady's the
Never
GOAT.
give Tom Brady
Never doubt
3 timeouts and
Yeah.
2 minutes left in the game with the.
Don't
when
give
they
him
need to
1
score.
minute with
You're
one
dead.
timeout.
Okay,
You're dead.
This guy's the
I
best.
get that all
Serious,
the
if
time.
you had the house on the Chiefs and Brady had 2 minutes left and they were down 3, would you
You're
feel
dead.
safe?
No, I'm not feeling safe.
Okay, exactly.
But you're giving me a scenario.
You're handing the keys off to the fucking.
Yeah, you're
to the
giving
guy.
me a scenario where the greatest quarterback of all
You tell
time
him take my card too.
is going to drive down and score. It's like an Aaron Rodgers thing. Like, it's just going to happen. They're either going to tie the game as going to overtime or they're going to win the game. But I'm saying if you ask me right now, AFC Championship game in Arrowhead, Brady has to go in there and beat the Chiefs. I'm going Chiefs. I think they're the better overall team, and I think Arrowhead is one of the toughest places to
It
play in
is.
the NFL.
I'd agree with that.
I just have a hard time betting against Tom Brady in the playoffs. That guy always finds a way.
Well, you were the one that said you like the Chiefs is the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs, but I'm just saying I would
So-
not be surprised. What I'm saying is I don't think it's a lot.
Just one game.
The Patriots are. I mean, just
Nothing's a lock in the NFL.
I'm
But
just saying, don't doubt the Patriots.
Well,
I think the Chiefs are the
any
best
given
team in
Saturday.
the NFL right now.
The
But you
Cleveland
don't.
Browns
You do
are a
not.
lock.
You do not bet
For the
against
worst
the
team in the
Patriots.
NFL.
Yeah, the Cleveland Browns are a lock. Like,
I
they're
don't know.
terrible.
The Dolphins
Niners
lost.
are worse.
Yeah.
The Dolphins lost
They're better now 'cause of Garoppolo.
40-0 to the Baltimore Ravens.
They're not the worst team in the NFL.
The Dolphins are awful.
Okay.
They're pretty bad.
Next question.
Yeah.
Let's get into some. Let's get into some fantasy football. Let's get into some fantasy talk.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. We've done baseball. We've done NFL. We haven't done any fantasy talk.
Hit us with it.
I mean, so let's just say like, who's your let's say a fantasy MVP. Who's the best fantasy quarterback right now? I guess Carson Wentz would be up there.
No,
obviously.
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, yeah,
Deshaun Watson
is
just
good.
torched me for 50 points
Dude, this
last
guy
year.
Deshaun
got me
Watson and
50.
Carson
He's
Wentz
not
are
the
good.
number one scorer, though.
This guy got me
It's
52,
Wentz.
59.
I don't think that's true.
And Wentz is the highest scoring quarterback in.
Let me
don't-
check.
I
Let me
don't
just
think
go to my
that's true.
squad real quick.
I don't think that's true.
You think it's Watson?
I think so. No, because
No.
Watson didn't play 2
That's
games.
what I'm saying.
I think it's Alex Smith.
No, well,
I think Alex
it
Smith has
was
the
Alex
most
Smith,
points
but
in the
Wentz
whole
had a
league.
better week.
It's not Deshaun Watson. He's third.
Carson Wentz.
Everyone, get your cell phones out. All right.
I have
There's-
Wentz. What am I doing? What?
Let's
The number one ranked quarterback.
let's just go with the number
It's
one
Wentz.
ranked player.
It's
It
Wentz.
is Wentz. Wow.
Careful with the slamming on the table.
Mr. Right over here.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt. I like Kareem Hunt.
He's beast.
He's a beast, but
Kareem Hunt
has he slowed down a little bit, right? Or no?
Dude, how about
No,
DeAndre?
it was just his last
DeAndre
week.
Hopkins is having a year.
Well, he's heating up now.
I mean, he's been all
Well, that's
year.
the thing
he's
is
been
like
hot.
when you watch
He's been hot all year, man.
No.
when you watch Trevor Siemian throw, like he sucks. We know that. His receivers drop a lot of passes. When I watch Deshaun Watson throw, he just throws it up, and fucking Will Fuller and DeAndre Hopkins just catch it.
I get what you're saying.
DeAndre
Like, it's almost like
Hopkins-
I could throw it to
That
them.
one-
Just
DeAndre
catch it.
Hopkins is
That's not true.
That one DeAndre Hopkins touchdown was all him. He threw
Some of
it was
them,
like a
yeah.
1 yard pass and he ran like a wild man. But that ball that Watson threw to Fuller, the first one, that ball was a bomb.
Yeah, I can't throw
just
a 70-yard pass.
a bomb on the money in the end zone. So, like, I get what you're saying, but Watson is, I mean, right now he's the real deal, which is
Right now,
surprising.
Let me put it
he's
this
been
way.
all year. He's the number 2 ranked receiver in all of football, DeAndre Hopkins.
With that last drive in
averaging
college
22.8 points a week.
against Alabama, like when he had the ball, I just live bet him because I was like, he's gonna score. He's gonna make him win. He's that good.
That's wild.
He's oh yeah. He's always been good. Like
Oh yeah, he's always been a stud. But it's a different. I mean,
it's crazy to
whole
see him
different game.
like translate his college game to the NFL so quickly. That's the craziest
All
part.
right, let's
I
get
think.
into some waiver wire pickups. Today's Tuesday night, right? If they're watching it live right now, they're going.
Waiver,
Fuck,
wire,
I got
wire.
2 hours to pick up a guy. There's 6 teams on bye week. My quarterback's on bye right now, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. What do? I got here's who's available: Eli Manning,
No, he's
Jay
gonna get
Cutler, Jared Goff, Trevor Siemian, Drew Stanton, Jacoby Brissett, Blake Bortles, Brett Hundley, Beat Hard. Am I dead?
You're dead. You're probably dead.
I kind of want to go with the Bortles, man. Even though it says he's projected for the 5th lowest.
who are they playing?
Blake Bortles is playing Cincinnati, but
Cincinnati's
it's
defense is
at
pretty good.
Jacksonville.
No, I don't like
They're
that.
gonna run. They're gonna run the ball. I mean,
Who? No.
they're pretty smart.
Who are the Rams playing?
Giants in New York. That's a tough one.
Yep.
Giants
I would-
suck.
Their defense
I
is
actually
pretty
like
good.
Jared Goff.
I like Jared Goff too, but not in New York against that defense. Their pass rush is pretty solid.
In that game, I like if you're gonna pick of that list,
Yeah.
gun to my head, Jared Goff.
How about Drew Stanton?
Drew Stanton at San Francisco, and we know San Francisco is just trying to lose.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Drew Stanton could be your guy.
Oh, is this just like you're just trying to tell me so I can lose because we're in the same league?
No, I don't care.
No, he's giving you the positive catitude.
The positive
All right,
attitude.
So who's your guys' waiver pickups though? Who's your sneaky pickups for this week?
See, it's not a sneaky pickup for anybody else because he's owned in most leagues besides
The
ours.
Juju man.
The Juju man.
Yeah, I mean, everyone knew that.
Juju.
I'm
Give
getting
me
him.
a
I got the
Juju
waiver
on
wire
that
number
beat.
1 pick. I've already put my claim in. I'm dropping Kai Forbath because I only picked him up for one
I think Juju
week
on that beat.
for a kicker buy, and then that's it. He's
I
mine now.
think Kenyon
I don't even
Drake.
need him.
Yep.
I think
Williams.
But I think more people will pick up Drake because I think Williams is a better
Alfred Morris.
pass catcher, but I think Drake
Alfred
is
Morris has the most projected points right now because they said Ezekiel Elliott's out. 10.9.
What about Darren McFadden?
Yeah,
What about the McFadden man?
I'm just reading off.
I saw a little rumblings of DeMarco Murray possibly linked back to the Cowboys today. I don't know if there's any truth to that rumor.
DeMarco Murray. Why? Oh, because Henry's just a beast.
Okay.
But
here's the guy.
the trade deadline already
This
went through,
guy,
obviously, so that didn't happen.
Gallman.
Did we already say this guy, Damian Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damian Williams.
So since they traded away Jay,
Yep.
But, that's what I was saying.
He had more touches than the Kenyan man.
no. He had more receivers.
George Kittle.
receiving.
George
Oh, so
Kittle.
he's
Pick
the
up George
pick on
Kittle.
George Kittle, do not do that.
George Kittle. Get him.
You're going with George
SF.
Kittle?
Versus
Don't do
Arizona
that.
this week.
Don't do that, guys.
George Kittle.
All right, so
Garoppolo's
let's-
first week with the
let's
squad.
think-
He's
let's
going
go
to want a
receivers. Let's
safety
go
blanket. I'm
receivers.
going George Kittle.
Let's go receivers because we've got quarterbacks, we've got running backs.
The Juju man.
The Juju man is
Richardson.
not available in anyone's league.
Richardson from Seattle. He had a big
Yeah.
week last week.
P. Richardson.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Paul.
Is it?
Paul Richardson.
Did I nail that?
You nailed it.
Yeah, I know.
Pablo.
You're talking about the dude from the Hawks. Seahawks.
Yes.
Seahawks, yeah.
Yes.
The P.
The Atlanta.
Richardson
The Atlanta.
seems to be the guy that everyone maybe wants to get.
Wait. Let's
Martavius
think about this.
Bryant.
Here could be like a deep sleeper.
Hey.
Who's the number 2 receiver in Carolina now?
R. Shepard.
I never even heard of that guy.
This is on my thing. Russell Shepard
Pick him up though.
hasn't had more than 2 catches or 6 targets in any game this season.
Yikes.
Hasn't scored since week 1.
Yikes.
You know who might, and I don't know how
Josh
many
Gordon.
leagues he's
Ooh.
owned in.
Megatron's coming back. That's what I heard.
Josh Gordon.
How many leagues he's owned in, but I think Jordan Matthews is gonna start playing better with the addition of Kelvin Benjamin.
Well, I think
Yeah.
Robbie Anderson's coming on.
Robbie
Well,
Anderson,
we-
yeah.
He had a huge
I think
week.
people have stashed him because he was supposed to
They
be the
got
number,
that quarterback.
He was supposed to be the
I mean,
number
their
one
quarterback is
in
Big
the
just,
go.
Jets.
they always got a quarterback mask going on.
But they're
there.
always losing,
yeah.
so they always have to throw.
Yeah, but they cover.
they
Go
do
Jets,
cover.
go.
The Jets, yeah,
The
they
Jets
do
cover.
Let's
The Bills cover a lot too.
Let's just run down our league
Go
real
Bills.
quick though, because I want to let the people know
No, I don't think we should talk about it.
that I'm 5-3 and I'm in 3rd place. Okay,
Good
Dad
for
bod
you.
Jake.
Way to go, DadBod Jake.
Darius Dowdy is 4-4 and he's in 6th place.
Playoffs.
True.
But he played the number 1 guy last week.
He's
and he
suspended
had
for 2 weeks.
2 guys on bye that he decided he didn't want to get involved with.
And
Well,
let me
that
just
would-
let's
that
just
would
make
go
this
with
clear. Let's just make
My
this clear.
fun fact of pregame is a whole game. That would explain.
Okay,
This
don't-
guy's the
Yeah.
number 1.
Let's
Tom
just
tell
Brady.
us how mad you are.
This
Let's-
guy, not
Let's
this guy.
make this clear. We're talking up this guy. I'm calling for a 2-week suspension. Let me know what you think. The man.
How can you suspend someone? Because that's just
2
rewarding.
weeks suspension. This guy.
That's just rewarding the next
But
people that
I
play
understand.
next 2
Jake did
weeks.
it
This
the
guy,
week before.
but he didn't play a kicker. He didn't play a defense. You can go to the waiver wire and pick up a defense and a kicker.
Okay.
Hell,
We're
you
not-
picked
hold
up
on,
you
hold
picked
on.
up the kicker just to play me for that 1 week, and he put up like 22 points to backdoor me in that fantasy matchup.
We should ask the viewers what we think his punishment should be. Should he have to put in $20 every time he does it?
I
for
think
every
it's something like
player?
that because it's not like a suspension doesn't
Add
make
to
any
the
sense.
pot. All right,
A
fine,
suspension.
add to the pot.
Let me explain to you what a suspension does. It just rewards the next 2 people that he plays.
Right. Then I would love to play
That's
Darius
true.
the next
That
week.
doesn't help anybody.
You're right.
That's
I retract the suspension. Something needs to be done. By the
Okay.
commissioner.
Commissioner.
DadBod Commissioner Jake needs
Okay.
to make a stand.
Let me tell the people what place you're in.
Yeah, let him know. Let him know the people who
Tied for third
Ooh.
with Commissioner Jake Burke. But points scored, Jake's got you on that. 1,022 to 975. Let's see where positive catitude, Darren.
But I got my PhD.
The Sasai man, the Saki man.
The Saki man. The Saki.
He's 3-5,
Let's
Tied
talk
for-
about this 4-week losing streak.
tied for 7th.
Dagger.
But
True.
he has more points for than Dalton Dowdy.
Wow. Is Dalton a little bitch?
I think my points for is higher than Dalton.
Hey, let's just look at that score. Who had the most points in the entire league last week? Just look that up.
That's 1 week.
Let's just talk
Who
about
has the
this, though.
highest points
Hold
scored
on, let's
ever
talk
in
about
this
it.
league to date?
Kevin Doran is crushing everyone.
Nick Burke.
No way.
Yeah.
Kevin Doran
I scored like
crushing
almost 150.
Yeah, he threw like
90.
210.
No way.
Yeah.
everyone. 200 the first week.
Nick Burke?
Yeah.
God, what a loser.
If I had David Johnson, though, I'd be doing a lot better. That's true.
I mean, if I had Danny Woodhead, I'd be doing a lot better. If I had Greg Olson, I'd be doing a lot better.
Jake, but look how
Possibly, yeah.
look
I
how
have the
look
same
how
amount
little
of
pick up
points.
Marvin Jones
all right,
Jr.
all right, let's move on for fantasy.
gotta pick
'cause
up
the viewers don't give a
Mohamed
shit about
Sanu
our league.
Jr.
Let's be real.
They will when I walk in here with
This part of the
My
podcast is
trophy.
for Kevin Doran only.
Kevin Doran. You know what?
Kevin Doran
The
is
skeeviest little fantasy player ever. I'm
The
glad to see
fantasy
Mike
god.
Doran like falling to the
Well,
bottom.
okay,
At
let's
least
move
one
on.
Doran
Let's
is
move on.
falling off the
Let's
throne.
move
Let's move on to some sports betting.
okay.
We all love sports betting, right?
And I hate it, but
Bad beats.
We should never bet ever again in our lives.
probably I lose that
True.
every week.
True.
So let's, with that theme, which one team, it probably was more than one team, fucked your bet up, or your bets the most this week?
I'll go. I had the Chargers +7. Obviously, probably not a good choice betting against Tom Brady in Foxborough, but the Chargers were just the Chargers.
Do you know who fucked you?
Travis Benjamin.
Yeah, and that safety.
That's
2
stupid
points.
safety. Yes,
They
I
won by
understand.
8, right?
Yeah,
tried to
Picked it
house
up on
that.
the 11-yard line
tried
and
to
ran
house
it
that.
backwards.
Just-
Thanks, Chargers.
If you see Travis Benjamin in a dark alley, what's happening?
I'm just gonna call Phillip Rivers, and Phillip Rivers will just yell at him like a dad. He's got like 9 kids. He probably treats these
He's
guys
gonna
like
daddy
kids.
up on
I
him.
think he has 7.
I was
Legitimately
close.
7
Yeah.
children.
The Texas bow tie wearing fucking Phil Rivers.
Phil Rivers probably treats all the guys on his team like they're his like
I
little
had Phil
kids.
Rivers on my team,
And he probably hates
he
him.
threw a garbage time interception with 2 seconds left. It was a -2, and if I would have lost by 2 points, I would have cried.
But the Chargers fucked me. They lost by 8. I had them at 7.
all right, Alan, what do you got? Anybody fuck you this week, or you won?
No, I got crushed. I maxed, and then I lost
My favorite words.
100,
I maxed.
150 more bucks on my brother's line, which is even cooler.
What was the
This
one
guy's
team
a
that
But I
you
got
think-
it back. I had a nice little like teaser thing, but I needed these. Atlanta didn't cover. I mean, they got the Jets. They can't cover against the Jets.
Atlanta's bad.
6.5
Jets are-
against the Jets.
Jets are the Vegas heroes of the
Atlanta
world.
is bad this year. They're looking
coordinator.
awful. Well, I mean, they have a coordinator, and he's just on Xannies all day.
He's getting fired on the runway.
Sticks.
No, that's Lane Kiffin. But
All right, Darius, how'd your bets go?
it was not good.
Okay.
And the number 1 dagger were the Los Angeles Clippers. Hate them.
This is NFL,
This
dog.
is NFL.
But it's what you said, the bad beats.
Okay.
No, NFL.
No,
That's
bad.
fine. Let's hear about your Clippers bet. But do any NFL teams fuck you?
No, I was good on that.
You're on the right side of everything.
He bet Baltimore somehow.
I did no. I just bet. I bet
Somehow
one
you
game
took-
and I took the Patriots. So what? Fuck Darren saved me.
Yeah, you're a loser.
You're lucky.
Yeah, I'll take it. Better
That's
lucky than good.
Really lucky.
No.
The Clippers fucked you though.
Yeah.
The
Earlier
biggest.
in the week, I had the first half over. First half Clippers
was
and the
bad.
over.
Who
The
did
Clip-
they play?
They played the Utah Jazz.
You're an idiot.
The
I said
Jazz always
the
do
Jazz
that.
are
Though.
the ultimate under team.
Under team of all time.
Memphis and the Jazz are the under teams.
Blake Griffin
All
had
right.
a layup.
All right, hold on.
With
Bring
2
it back.
seconds
Bring
left.
it
Yeah,
back.
you love Blake Griffin.
And
Get out of
left.
here. We're talking about NFL here. We don't talk about ginger losers.
Bring it back to NFL because I
Bring
gotta
it
tell you
back.
what my bad
Circle,
beat.
circle.
Okay.
Thank you.
What do you got?
Thank you.
Bring it back.
I had a nice 3-teamer. going.
Ooh, yeah.
Okay. I had
Straight
the
up or
Patriots.
teaser?
Parlay, teaser,
do you got?
special teaser. What do we
Parlay.
get?
I had the Patriots. So I hit that. I
Money
had the
line.
Saints. I hit that.
Ooh.
I bought
Saints were nice.
a couple points.
Oh, so it was a teaser.
No, I just bought
Bought
the
a couple.
points.
Okay.
And then I had the Oakland Raiders.
Why would you do that? The Raiders were playing in.
You're
That's
playing
not
the
even
best
bad.
team.
That's
You're
not
playing
even
the
a
best
bad
team in
beat.
football.
It's not a bad beat, no, but it just
Wait, talking about the Bills. They were in Buffalo, right?
Best
Oh, these
team
guys
in
had
football,
10
so you're
days to
playing.
prepare because they played a Thursday night game, a big win Thursday night game. Kansas
You
City.
just said big win.
But here's the thing.
They're on the
They had
high.
10 days to
They're on the
prepare.
high.
Usually, I don't like teams going West Coast to East Coast.
And they played the early game. So for
Yeah,
Buffalo.
it's like
Good
basically a
luck.
bye
You're not
week.
making it
Yeah,
alive. out of
Derek
there.
Carr is like back and is playing decently. I was, and they were getting points, and I think I bought a point too just because I got scared too. And this was like it was only like a $50 bet to win like
I don't know if
300 or
I would
something.
ever bet against the Bills at home. They're scary at home.
more importantly, can we just come
Go
back
Bills,
to this
go.
because no one heard it and he said it twice. Dalton claimed that they're the best team in the NFL.
No, I heard him. I just ignore stupid shit. Like,
Yeah,
I'm a Bills-
he's
I'm a Bills fan.
It's like
wait, so
Bills
Dalton,
homer.
if the Bills play the Chiefs, who's winning?
don't blow his mind up like that, dude.
He's in the mind gym.
the trends. The
All right, let's
transitive
move on to the
property
next
of
question
fucking
here.
NFL.
He answered it right there by not
right.
answering.
All I know is I got a Tyrod Taylor
Do
Virginia
you have any
Tech
final
jersey
thoughts on
the
NFL?
way. Final thoughts.
Final
Wrap
thoughts. Wrap it
it
up.
up.
Oh, you guys.
Never. I actually bet the Vegas Knights at home every game until
The
they
final
lose
thoughts
two
on
in a row.
NFL.
NFL.
Go Bills.
Okay.
Stay tuned because we'll have a special guest
Okay,
every
yeah.
week. He's one of the luckiest guys we've ever met. This guy will put in the over bet or tell us he put in the over bet, go to sleep for 24 hours. That's how long he sleeps. And wake up and then just go, oh, fuck. I actually put in the wrong bet, but I cashed and I won 1,200.
We have a friend named Tark, and we're gonna bring him on. We're gonna do our picks. We're gonna do our picks every Friday. So today's Tuesday. We'll have our picks for Sunday. You probably don't want to follow him, but you do want to follow Tark's picks on Fridays. He just won $1,500 last week.
Friday
I think.
special.
A Friday special. We call it the Idiot Savant. He doesn't
Fri-
even know
Friday Night Lights.
what a quarterback is. I think he's like when the people bet based off the colors of the team and the names of the
He's like
players.
a girl.
All
I was gonna say
really
girl, but
wanted
I'm
was
sure-
the
Don't be sexist.
I'm sure
quarterback.
some girls know
There's
what's
some
going on.
sharp girls out
Yeah.
there.
No, there are.
So he doesn't know what's going on. We're gonna bring him on. He hits his bets. We give him one lock of the week. It's a 1 4-teamer. He's a big 4-teamer guy. He's gonna give you 1 4-teamer. You can do what you want with those 4 teams. I would suggest just put him in the 4-team and riding it to death.
Sometimes he puts it in at like 6 a.m. on Sunday
What
while
he
he's
likes
at a
to do is,
poker
he
table in
gets
Hawaiian
drunk.
Gardens.
He gets super drunk on a Saturday night at 4 a.m. when he's coming down. He goes, all right, let me get my bets in.
This guy's the guy that literally doesn't even remember he puts in a bet, and then he just wakes up the next day and he just doesn't watch any games.
So
He looks at his account and he goes, "Oh wow, I just made $1,500."
that's what we're looking forward to on Friday. So make sure you guys
Idiot
come back on
Savant
Friday.
Pick of the week.
If you want to win money, just whatever my
Come
picks
back
are
on
on
Friday.
Friday, go
Fade him.
against.
Just fade. Like,
go
like
against
look
it.
at
Fade the shit out of
if
them.
Jake has a pick, I have a pick, and Dalton has a pick.
It's
and we're
definitely
all-
not hidden.
We're all on the same thing. Fade it. You don't want that, probably.
All right, Darius, any more thoughts?
NFL, I'm going with a Beltway Super Bowl.
What does that mean?
Explain that to us.
Elaborate.
Steelers, Eagles.
That's not going to happen. I'm just going to tell you right
It's
now.
pretty bold.
You
I'd
can
say.
juju all you want, but you
Oh,
can't
no,
juju
that's
to
not
the
the
Super
Beltway.
Bowl.
The Beltway is that's in DC and Baltimore.
Okay, calm
It's
down.
the-
Okay,
That's why we're
right.
looking at you like.
The Ravens are
Turnpike.
not
I have
going
one
to the
last
Super
thought.
Bowl.
I was thinking
I have one
Sunbelt.
last thought. You guys want to hear my
Yeah,
thought?
what is it? Boom.
Sean McVay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Who's more of a stud than Sean McVay?
Justin Verlander.
No.
Cliff Verlander, he's the
Kingsbury.
man.
The only problem that I have, Cliff Kingsbury is no, but he's not in NFL. The only problem that I have with Sean McVay is I think he's like 5'10".
I'm
But
5'10".
how many curls does he do before the game on Sundays?
And how long does he take on his hair?
He probably has someone do it for him.
That's all I've got. My final NFL thought of the week. It's gonna be my final NFL thought. For the
How
next,
much wood could a wood
for the next 15 weeks, even when the season's over.
Stud.
Sean
I'm still gonna be
McVay's
thinking about
stud.
Sean McVay every night in my dreams.
You know what I can't stand is this. I drive to work every morning, right? Listening to, Dan Patrick. Shout out Dan Patrick, best show on the radio.
Okay.
And every morning, or every Monday, usually, is this Vinny Bonsignore guy with the fucking LA Rams talk. And he claims he's got the best Rams sports coverage in all of football. I'll just What? I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Thanks
I
for
don't
that.
What was the thought here? Did we get to a thought?
All right,
I
moving
mean,
on.
I think there's better reporters.
Okay, thank you. All right,
let's-
let's go. NBA.
That's your NFL thought?
Boom. I hate the Rams.
Let's smoothly transition over to
That just blows my
our last
mind.
segment of the night. We're about an hour in. We got about 20, 25 minutes left. We can make it happen.
We're gonna make it happen.
NBA,
This is where Darren really
the
comes
National Basketball
Oh,
Association.
God.
Okay.
All
in.
right.
This is where the hot takes from Dalton really
We
get me
can-
excited.
We can talk about whatever we want. Let's start with the first question is which Darius is going to get really excited about.
Super excited.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Anametobulus
Giannis.
Koupalopoulos.
What do we think? Is he the real deal or what?
So real and thick.
He's not thick.
He's not thick.
HICC.
False.
The freak.
The Greek freak that I just, every time I watch him play, I get super excited because he's on my fantasy team. But I just watch and pray that his little tiny legs don't just snap in half.
Don't do the Gordon Hayward.
Yeah. Or
rest
the
in
Paul
peace, Gordon.
George.
Rest in
RIP.
peace.
RIP.
Gordon might be watching this. Gordon's big on Twitch now. After he
Sean
got hurt, he's a
Livingston?
big gamer.
Shout out Gordon, dude. We miss you, dude.
Gordon, I love
Gordon,
you.
that was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Speedy recovery.
We don't wish
I don't like
anyone, which is
Kyrie,
what
but
we're
I like
saying.
you, so go Celtics.
I'm a
I
big
guess.
Gordon Hayward fan. He's been
Gordon
my keeper
Hayward
for a
is
long
a
time.
stud.
Gordon
He's a
Hayward
college-
is a stud.
He's
a
not like a
college-
Sean McVay stud.
He's a
but
college. He's a.
He looks nice
Where did he play?
sometimes.
Butler, right? He's a Butler guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's a Butler college cover, tournament cover hero. I love betting him in college.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Giannis is real. You think Giannis is real?
I think he is.
Let's look up Giannis's. Can we get a stats for this season?
He
Yeah,
averages
what do we saw?
35 points a game,
First person
11
ever or something.
rebounds, and 6 assists.
Well, we saw the real goat.
What's his field goal percentage?
2 steals, 1.5 blocks, 3 turnovers a game, and his field goal percentage is shooting like 57%.
Well, we saw what the goat said about him. Challenged him to win MVP, so he's going for it.
So
He has to.
And
So
by
he's
the
not
way,
good
for
enough.
people that want to know who
LeBron.
Dalton is referring to the GOAT is Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant, yeah.
We've seen LeBron. I think we've seen Kobe. We've seen Kevin Durant say
He's going to be the
Yeah,
best player in the
yeah,
NBA
he's
in the
real.
next 2 years.
he's like Kevin Durant, but he's taller. He can't shoot as well.
Can't choose.
But
He's
I
more
think he can-
explosive.
I think-
He's a
I
cross.
think he can drive better than Kevin
Yeah,
Durant.
he's a cross
he
between
can post up
LeBron.
probably better than Kevin Durant.
I
He's a
think he's more athletic.
He's a
than Kevin
cross between LeBron and Kevin Durant. Built like Kevin Durant, plays like LeBron.
I think Kevin Durant would have been a lot better, but he had a lot of really weird injuries. Like he's like weird, like broken
Like feet,
stuff like that. Like
foot stuff.
Giannis hasn't had
And that could
anything
happen
like that.
easy.
Giannis is young still, so we
Yeah.
got to see what happens. But he's probably going to be MVP this year.
yeah.
He's the real deal.
So this goes back to the MVP question that we had for football. Like, you don't have to have the best team to have the MVP on your team.
See, and
That's
this-
like why what happened last year with
Football
Russell
is different than
with
basketball.
Russell Westbrook
right?
when he won it. The Thunder weren't even good. I mean, they made the playoffs, I think, in the 8th seed or something. So I'd
But
say,
he got it because of the triple double.
yeah. So if
Triple-double is
Giannis,
the
if
dumbest
Giannis
thing
is
ever.
averaging what he's averaging right now at the end of the season, and the Bucks make it in the 8th seed or 7th seed or something like that, he's getting it hands down.
No,
What then? What?
not 8th or 7th seed. They'd give it to like LeBron or Durant.
Well, that's what
Wait,
happened.
why?
That's what happened with the Thunder, though.
Wait, why would they? Yeah, why wouldn't they give it to Giannis?
But I see. I don't think that matters. I think that's irrelevant. I think the Bucks are going to be a top 3 seed in the NBA or in the Eastern Conference. I think they're going to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I
Maybe.
think it.
I mean-
so I think it doesn't. That's irrelevant. I think they're going to be good. So I think that he's going to get MVP.
I mean, they got blown out tonight by the Thunder.
All right. I mean, you have bad nights.
All right. Next question. Lonzo Ball.
I mean, Lonzo
We're
Ball.
Laker fans.
What's the
I am.
question
Lonzo
about
Ball,
Lonzo Ball?
Lonzo Ball he has the worst field goal percentage in the whole league. I think he might be shooting under 30% now. I know he was at 31 or 30.
Like 32, I think.
Well, last time I checked, it was 31. He might be shooting 30. But he puts up I think it's 11, 8, and 8.
Mm-hmm. Sounds about right.
That's pretty good for a rookie.
Pretty good. That's
I-
unreal.
I think Darius nailed it when he said he's gonna be like Jason Kidd, which is like
He's
like
a Jason Kidd's a Hall of
compliment.
Famer.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer, and if he can get a shot, like if he can find a shot, like Jason Kidd found a shot later in his career. Like he was shooting threes and he was making them.
Yeah, but Jason Kidd shoots the basketball like a normal human being.
That's true.
Whatever.
But
Reggie Miller didn't have a normal shot.
Kevin Martin doesn't have a. He shoots like Kevin Martin.
He shoots just like Kevin Martin, who shot 40% from three.
Yeah.
Lonzo shoots just like Kevin Martin.
All I know is Lonzo's better than De'Aaron Fox, so let's just put that in the bag and seal it.
I agree. I'm with Dalton on that. They're different, though. They bring different things to the table. But Lonzo is legit. He's the real deal.
They put Kevin Martin and Lonzo side by side, and they literally had the exact same shot. And Kevin Martin was successful in the NBA. I think he averaged like
20, more than
like 20 a game. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's different. Here's the difference. Kevin Martin was a spot up shooter.
Yeah.
So you're getting guys driving and a kick
you have a
for
ton
a
of time.
wide open shot. Lonzo has the ball in his hands. He's shooting off the dribble. It's too much to move to the side. A defender can recover too quick. And also, they're putting some of the best defenders on Lonzo Ball. Kevin Martin was not getting the best defenders. He wasn't the number one option. I don't think he was getting the best defenders of guys when they played.
I think he was. When he was on the Kings?
He was getting the best defenders.
When he was on the Kings, who else did they have?
They had Boogie. And okay, he's not getting guarded by a big man, but they had Tyreek Evans. I still didn't think
Tyreek Evans could not shoot.
But Kawhi Leonard wasn't guarding Kevin Martin.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Guarding Lonzo?
I think he could.
Why? Why wouldn't they put him on Kuzma?
Kuzma
Kuzima
from the Idiot Savant. But no, I think the biggest thing is the difference is Kevin Martin was a spot up shooter, catch and shoot guy. Lonzo Ball has the ball in his hands and he can't make that little pitch and get it off quick enough.
Any more thoughts on Lonzo?
No.
I do love the family TV series or Facebook
you watch
series.
The family TV
You
series?
see?
Oh, it's so
Did you
funny.
see their new 16,000 square foot house in Chino Hills?
Unreal.
I heard about it.
LeVar Ball, you get a little guy.
Just unplug yourself, dude.
This guy's a loser right here. This guy's number one loser. But you know, I think the Ball family, they made it. They LeVar, he put in the work. He had his kids. He fucking trained them. He wakes up at 4 a.m. probably every day to raise these guys.
You're good, dog.
And they made it. Good for them.
Okay.
Yeah. All I know is I saw that little preview of their new house, 16,000 square feet. He shows up and he's like, "We got an elevator in here." And he was just going nuts about the elevator. I think they even got the triple B in their tile or in their granite or something.
Yeah.
It's
But wouldn't you do that, Dalton?
In Chino Hills, I'm not buying a 16,000 square foot house.
Well, that's where it all happened.
I better have the nicest air conditioner in all of America.
They probably do.
Yeah.
They might.
If they could afford triple B tile, I'm sure they could afford some AC.
They might.
Though.
They might be able to. But I don't know why they would still live.
I don't know why they would still actually doing decently.
Are they?
Big baller brand.
Yeah.
So do you think
people are buying
here's
that
the question.
Shit? Yeah.
Do you think the big baller brand
NBA players buy it?
Big baller brand
rappers buy it. They're
was
we support the
able
hustle.
Yeah, the big baller brand, do you think that they're doing so well that bought him the house? There's no way. It's not doing that well.
He did something to get that house. And Lonzo. He's on that rookie contract. What's his contract?
Let's do
rookie
let's do a
contract.
heat
Entry
check
level.
right now.
I'm burning. I had to take the top of the hood. I had to take the
It's
thing
really
off.
hot. I'm sweating.
I mean, excuse me, but
Is your thing? Is your hair wet?
No, I'm good.
My hair's not wet. but
I'm getting the nice
hair is
flow
wet.
from the.
I got the body sweat
My
going.
hair is soaking wet. We're still in our onesies.
I'm doing good. I got the
This
airflow.
is for the-
from
Okay, all right.
This
Enough
is
about
for the-
this. Let's
the
We're
fans.
dropping frames on
let's
on Twitch right now.
let's go on here. Let's move on to the best team in the NBA so far.
I have my pick. I'll start
All
with
right,
my
let's
pick.
go with Jake.
I like Boston. Even though they lost Hayward, I think they've had some pretty impressive wins. I like Tatum's outperformed, I think, as a rookie. I don't know if they were expecting him to be good this fast. He's out rebounding. I don't think they expected him to rebound that well. They play him in the 4. They don't have a 5. They need a 5.
Al Horford.
They started Baines,
The Baines man.
and then they started this other guy. Theus, yeah.
Theus.
They got to figure out something with those guys. I don't like those guys.
I don't know, man. Brad Stevens is a good coach. He'll scheme something up, man.
Great coach.
And my next thing about Tatum is he's blocking people too.
He's super
which
athletic.
is like crazy.
He's long.
See, I
And
don't
Jaylen Brown is
underst-
playing well too.
I don't understand why people are so surprised by the Tatum thing. When before the college season started last year, he was the consensus number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
And then he got hurt and didn't play that many games at Duke. And then Lonzo went nuts and Markelle Fultz went nuts. And then it changed for some reason. But I still think, like, I just don't get why people are surprised. Because he was before, like I said, he was going to be the consensus number 1 overall pick. I think he's going to win Rookie of the Year. I think he's the best rookie in the class.
You think he's going to win Rookie of the Year over Ben Simmons?
I was just about to say Ben Simmons.
Simmons.
This is a numbers versus wins
Ben
argument.
Simmons.
See,
is a
that's the
freak.
thing is, like, I forget about that because he wasn't in this class. Like, I forget that he's a rookie because he didn't play last year. So it probably will be Ben Simmons, but it's between those two guys.
You think Lonzo's in the category?
No.
I don't think Lonzo will have enough numbers.
You can't shoot below 30% and
But we're still, like 3 weeks in the season?
But yeah, if the Lakers make the playoffs somehow miraculously, then
that's not happening.
Lonzo probably gets it. Here's my thing though, Jake. Like, you say Celtics, right? If the Celtics are playing against OKC, you think they beat OKC?
I don't think OKC's that real.
I think OKC is very.
I don't like
spotty.
comment. I think I've watched them play. They're obviously it's like any other team. If they're hot, they're hot.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of ISO.
Yeah,
It's
I'd agree.
a lot of back them up, fadeaway jumper.
But they're learning. That's the thing.
I'm not seeing the ball.
It's
movement.
Hoodie Mello.
It's
Yeah.
hard to say what team is the best team like so far because there's so many teams that have so many big changes.
Yeah. So yeah, we're trying to get the chemistry going. That's what's going on. That's what like kind of leads us into our next question, which is
Wait, we're not finishing that?
I mean,
My
Well,
best team in the NBA so far is probably the Memphis Grizzlies.
How about the Magic? They're in first in the conference, 5-2.
let's do it. Let's
There
do
we
it.
go. There we
I've
go.
seen some tweets about the Magic, dude.
Yeah,
Is it just false hope?
They're surprising.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They're-
False hope. 100%
I
false
mean, if
hope.
you want to put all your
Jay
eggs
Simmons.
Put all the
if-
eggs in one basket. I'm just saying that
with
because these guys are
Vucevic, Fournier, Jay Simmons,
Aaron Gordon.
yeah, Aaron Gordon. If you love those guys, go for it.
Gordon's
Best team in the
nice.
NBA, regardless, hands down, it's not even close, is Golden State. I know
it
the
should be, yeah.
I know the record, but it's the first 7 games. Who cares? Like it's to the point now.
My over bet on 67.5 wins cares.
Okay,
There's
well,
you
for
don't need to
who?
yell at us, dude.
Golden
I know.
State.
Sorry,
You have over?
but it's just at the end of the day, we both know what teams are going to
Yeah,
be in the
I
NBA
understand.
Finals. It's like the Lakers in the early 2000s. They didn't. Shaq would never play the first 15 games. Like they just coasted through the regular season and playoffs come and.
Were they almost lost in the playoffs?
So that's
Is that
exactly
you're
what leads
talking
me to my next question: is why don't the Cavs and the Warriors look sharp right now? Because they
they're a
just don't give
playoff
a
team.
fuck?
They're just
No,
on the
they're
cruise
okay.
control. They know they're going to be
They're
there in
on
the
cruise
end.
control. They care all they care about is staying healthy. Like they win enough games, and then when it comes to crunch time, okay, it's like the last. Watch, they're just good teams like this. They like mess around or whatever, and then next thing you know, Golden State will win like 13 in a row.
I'll say this right now. I don't know how good the Cavs really are. If
Just-
you look at their roster, it doesn't really fit well together, and they're old.
Don't
Jay Crowder has been so disappointing.
do not bet.
He started
On
and
the
then now he's
Cavs.
not starting. He's just
These guys never cover spreads.
the Warriors don't cover either.
So it's
Warriors
like,
are
well, put
covering
your
over
life
all the
parlay.
time.
Whoever
They
the,
didn't
Cavs,
cover
the Cavs
against-
lost
they
to
didn't
the
cover against the
Nets,
Pistons.
dude. The Cavs lost to the Nets. How about that? That was
How about
They lost to the
Spurs?
Knicks.
Dinwiddle.
The Cavs lost to the
Do you know how many
Knicks.
daggers I was just
Great
watching that guy put
pickup.
through the hoop?
This guy was
I was on the
throwing-
Cavs money. It was like minus 380. I'm just watching this Winwiddle guy just pierce
He was
threes.
shooting threes from like
They shot like 40
From
feet.
logo,
They
yeah.
shot like
Steph Curry.
70 some threes in that game.
Hold on, let's talk about this. The Cavaliers lost to the Nets, lost to the
They
Pelicans
lost
by
to the Knicks.
22,
And the Knicks. They lost
and
to the
then
Knicks
they
tonight.
lost to the Knicks. So you're telling me they're covering spreads?
No, I didn't say the Cavs were covering. I said the Warriors.
Let's look at this. I don't think they're covering,
Here we
man.
go.
They lost
They
to the
covered
Rockets
against the
outright. They
Clippers.
didn't cover. They didn't cover against the Rockets. They lost outright.
They covered
Right.
against the Clippers, yes. They did not cover against the Pistons. That was like a minus 11 or minus 12.
Yeah, they didn't cover
And they
that.
lost at home. Wizards, minus 3. I don't think they covered that. Raptors, they won by 5. I don't think
I
they
didn't
covered
cover
that.
So they've covered one game this year.
They don't cover, baby.
Okay, but that's my point. Is like these
They
teams
covered
are
a few
too good.
games.
Like, and the Warriors played together. They didn't really get that many new guys. They got Swaggy P. That's about it.
Oh, let's talk about that. Swaggy P, most losingest player in NBA history. What do you expect to happen to him? Of course,
Yeah,
they're
you
going to
don't
start
think
losing.
the curse of Swaggy P
You
is gonna
can't
hit
just
the-
bring a
hit
guy
the
that
Warriors?
brings losing culture into the locker room and expect to get better.
He's got a dope little kid, though. You seen his little kid?
Well, let's talk about Swaggy P. You can't just nickname yourself.
Kobe did it.
Well, Kobe's Kobe.
Ryan Scalabrine did
Kobe
it.
is the guy. Kobe's the
I don't like
Swaggy
people-
P is not Kobe Bryant. If
I feel
Swaggy
like
P
I
was Kobe,
nicknamed
he
myself.
could call himself Swaggy
No,
P all
don't
day
nickname
long.
me.
The Saki man.
The
The
Psyche.
Psyche man.
No, it's not Psyche. He's not psychic.
Okay.
not.
That'd be wild.
All right. Any NBA fantasy tips that we have?
I got
Spencer Dinwiddie.
I should
Joe
be.
Ingles.
I should be. I'll say this all year long when you guys talk to this NBA. I should be in this fantasy league, and I got conned out of this by this Tark Zidane guy.
No one wants to hear about our fantasy league drama.
This
Oh,
guy.
he just asked about fantasy.
I'm asking about fantasy in
Like,
the general
what's going to help
terms.
the viewers?
Yeah. Like, who do they pick up right now?
Joe Ingles. If
Joe Ingles
if you
is
got
not
Joe Ingles,
available.
lay
Joe
around.
Ingles. Do not get that guy.
Laurie Markkanen.
Lori, yeah, that'd be a good
Go
pickup.
pick up
Mark
Markel
Cannon.
Fultz.
Nick Burke style.
Markel Fultz, do not do that.
Oh, he's hurt, I think.
Yeah, he is hurt.
You got anybody, Darius?
Well, I think most of those people would have already picked them up in the first week.
Deontay Murray.
That was a good
DeJounte
pick.
Murray.
Damari
was
Carroll. He's still available.
They're
Let's
trying
see,
to find
who
that
else?
like that new Brooklyn Nets guy. Like, because the Nets are like a good fantasy team.
Yeah, everyone was in on
Try-hard
D'Angelo Russell. Now
losers.
everybody's just trying to pick off that.
Yeah,
Wait,
there's
what
a guy.
about-
There's a random guy.
Time out.
that,
What about this Mike James guy on the Phoenix Suns?
I'm not sold on him.
No, me neither.
He's a rookie. He's
He had
like,
24 tonight.
the one game I watched him. He was
steals.
1 for 9.
Oof.
What about Marvin Williams? Marvin Williams was good last year.
Marvin Williams is like pretty consistent, like
But
10 points.
He's
Like
been pretty bad this year. He had a 21-point game, though. I don't know. I don't have anyone
Yeah,
that
it's-
good.
it's
That's
not-
good.
it's-
any final thoughts on NBA?
No.
I really
Any Luke Walton fans in here?
actually.
Oh, yeah.
Be a huge.
What
Luke
time- let's
Walton.
get a
I
quick-
got a few questions for you guys.
A quick
All right,
thought
okay,
on-
here we
yeah,
go.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Do we like the Memphis Grizzlies over 37.5 wins?
Yes.
How many wins they have right now?
I don't know.
5.
5-2.
Yeah.
5-2.
Yes, absolutely. But it's too late for that bet.
Yeah, I did that bet a while ago.
That was a good bet.
So
But
you
then
wanna-
I hedged it because I got scared.
Why?
how do you
Because I
hedge
heard
it?
Bill Simmons' podcast and everyone was like, under. These guys are fucked. I just bet the under.
They
The
just
opposite
win
way.
games, man. They don't.
They're just the
They
grind.
grind you out, dude.
They're just the grind
They're,
house.
they're the. I was talking to you about this the other day. They're the old team in the old man league where they're just like scrappy.
You
and
mean they're the
veterans.
old guys in the young adult league?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where they're just,
Just
like
box
the
you
up
out.
and the box you out.
They hit you
play
with dirty
defense.
elbows.
Yeah, the up and unders.
Pull the chair out and
yeah. They do. I
They
mean, they
cry
just,
to the refs.
and they just frustrate you, and you do stupid shit, and you lose.
Yeah.
So I think they win. Yeah, because how was Memphis 37.5, and then they had the Lakers at 32?
the Lakers are dead. That's an under.
That was the easiest under.
How about this one? Philadelphia 42.
Was saying under from the very beginning.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would agree.
You don't just. Yeah, Ben Simmons is healthy, and you have Embiid and stuff. You don't just these
They're
young
trying
guys,
hard. They're trying
you
hard.
just
They're
don't put it
super
together.
tryhard. Them and the Nets and the Phoenix Suns.
Speaking
These
of
guys are all
tryhard.
tryhards. Rich Hill.
TJ McConnell.
Oh, God.
Here goes
Jesus.
We can
TJ.
make a top
Jesus.
10 try-hard list, and Chris Taylor would be at the top, and we'd all just
Jesus.
knock him out.
Duquesne.
And Austin Barnes, oh my God.
Duquesne, TJ
You're
McConnell.
stealing bases as a catcher. Just kill yourself.
Jesus.
I would be down
Rich
for a
Hill,
try-hard
one
list.
batting glove, drag bunt off. Like, what do you
Chokes up.
Come on,
Chokes
man.
up.
40 years old. Let
Here
him
we
just
go
do
with
what
the
he
I
wants.
don't care.
Just let him do what he
take
wants.
the 3 and go back?
Okay,
Just
how
get
about this
the
one,
hell outta
Darius?
here.
Yeah.
Back to the NBA. Do the Clippers make the playoffs?
Yes.
Yeah, Clippers are looking decent, actually.
Here's the question, though.
I'm not a fan of the Clippers.
What
like, I'm not
happens
gonna,
when
like-
Patrick Beverly, Danilo, and Blake all get hurt?
Patrick
They
Beverly
have
is
that
They're
little
not. They're not.
Tessa
First of all,
Jovic.
Patrick Beverly sucks.
You don't think they're going to get None of those guys are going to get hurt.
Not
Williams
at
is gonna
all
carry
the
their
same
team, I
time.
promise that.
Sweet Lou.
I don't
solves all
even
your
think losing
problems.
Beverly is.
Austin Rivers,
That big of a
is he
deal.
a hero?
Oh God.
Is he a hero?
He's a dad.
They should
He's boy.
take a poll in the NBA. How many guys like Austin Rivers?
The
And
Clippers
there's
are going to lose.
five I
They're
can
not
just
going to
name
make the
right
playoffs because of Austin Rivers.
Ooh, here we go.
That's-
now.
Did you see the other day he broke his like finger or whatever?
Yeah, I saw
So,
that.
he popped it out of the socket. He just popped it back in and then shot
that
his
was
free
like
throws.
that was all right.
That was actually kind of pretty
give
cool
credit
for him.
that.
Yeah.
That was good. I'll give him that.
Whatever.
Okay, how
That's
about
it.
how about the Indiana Pacers? Are they going to make the playoffs?
They destroyed
Yes.
your Sacramento Kings today.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was,
saw-
that was so dumb.
I told you early on
That
this
was so
morning. I
dumb.
saw somewhere that the slam
The
of the
under.
century was the under. in that game.
We should have taken it. This just goes to show whatever we bet, don't just fade it.
I said this
You know, I
morning.
had like 10
I actually
guys
said
had Pacers -5, and it was like the easiest bet they've ever made in their
Yeah.
lives.
I just tried to get too smart with it and took sack.
I just saw the guy said under 209.5, and then I saw it move to 207.5, and I was like, I'm not touching that. And then it goes under by like 40 points.
All right. So since we're talking about like you're asking me about these win totals and stuff, who do you think is going to make the playoffs in the West?
Lakers.
So you got OKC is number one, probably.
I mean, Golden State.
It
Hold
doesn't.
on.
It doesn't.
We got some chat interaction here. Let's get involved in the chat.
Oh, all
What are they
right.
saying?
We got Gallinari guaranteed to get hurt for at least 15 games.
Thank you. So the Clippers are
Boom,
not
boom,
going to
boom,
make the
boom, boom, boom.
playoffs. Thank you.
He can get hurt and they can still make the playoffs.
No.
Gallinari
So let's
is
just
not,
no.
like,
Let's
gonna
go.
be
And
the guy.
OKC, that
He's
was
like their number 2 guy.
OKC is
Gallinari.
not
Hey,
number one.
What's
I
the
meant
Joker
Golden State.
doing? What's the Joker
All
doing?
right, let's get back
Denver's
into
struggling. Denver's struggling.
So Golden State,
Okay.
OKC, Houston,
yeah.
Spurs.
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Memphis.
That's your lock.
Memphis is going to make the playoffs.
Okay.
So you
You're-
got 5.
Minnesota.
Okay.
Probably Utah.
That's okay. Before we got to Utah, that's 6 already. You think
Utah?
Utah?
Portland. What'd this guy say?
Wow. I don't think
Said
that.
he's a Nuggets fan.
Sorry, the Nuggets are probably not going to make the playoffs. They have a shot, but
I'm a big
You have
joke.
the Joker. You always got a shot.
I mean, I love
Gary
Millsap,
Harris.
Joker, Harris, Wilson Chandler, Will the Thrill. That's my guy. I
Will
love
the Thrill.
Will
But
Will the
the
Thrill's the guy.
Joker. Joker's
But,
the guy.
What's killing Denver this year is Danilo would space the floor while Millsap doesn't space it as well.
Yeah.
Once they figure that out, they might get the offense rolling. But
No,
Till then.
yeah, because that's the biggest problem is Millsap plugs it up because Jokic is such a he likes to do the backdoor passes and all that. With Gallinari, it's better with a guy like a center like that. You want spot up shooters because then he can post up, he can do his thing, and then guys can cut off it. You can't have someone clogging up the lane or posting up. It takes away from that.
first time caller, long time listener. Nice.
All right, guys. Any more final thoughts
Well,
on the NBA?
let's talk about this. Who's
okay.
making the playoffs
What's going
on the
on up
West?
there?
we
Is
got, we got 8 guys.
give me
I don't. I think you're wrong on the last 2.
What's up with that?
Okay.
I don't
What?
think Utah.
Calm down, dude.
I don't think
chat over here.
Portland might. I don't think Utah's making it. I think Clippers are in there instead.
Of one of them.
Yeah. Portland.
I think Portland's making it. I think.
Okay, yeah, I think Portland and Clippers.
I think your sketchy teams are Utah
And Memphis.
and
no, Utah. Utah's not making the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. Your sketchy teams are Utah
Uh-huh.
And Portland.
and it's
I think
Minnesota or Memphis.
No, Minnesota's a lock.
I don't think Minnesota's a lock, actually. I don't think Minnesota's that good yet.
They're without a question, they're better than Memphis, Utah, Portland, and the Clippers.
Without a question.
Yes.
You understand that Memphis has beaten Golden State and Houston already.
I think
Yeah.
Clippers are locked in.
You think so?
Yeah.
So do I. I think Clippers are a lock.
we
Okay,
didn't
well-
even have Clippers on it, did we?
Well, when,
I did.
When
He
Blake
didn't.
Griffin gets
Oh,
hurt.
so yeah. So take Utah out and put Clippers in.
Yeah.
What's this
and then
guy
I like
saying?
it.
Yoltzi says Dalton's my man.
What's up,
Oh, you got a
Schultze?
shout out. Nice.
Schultze, what's up, baby? Get it going. Get that Dad Bod Sports Talk going.
We've been
We'll be
live
here
for
every
about
week.
an hour and 21 minutes. We try not to make these podcasts too long.
Let's see what else this is.
What else? What do we got?
Jake, I just threw an ad on your other channel in search of this. That's love. Thanks.
You're the man.
Nice.
The homie right there.
Everyone,
I love it.
Everyone come on in. We're going to be doing a weekly or bi-weekly podcast. Or bi-weekly, that's twice a week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Tuesdays and Fridays. We're going to be shutting this one down pretty soon. Probably about 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
Tuesdays is going to be our recap of what happened on the weekend. So we just did a World Series recap. We did the NFL recap, and now we're on the NBA talk. And then Fridays would be like mostly our picks. Friday's going to be a big like gambling podcast, pretty much.
So when
Put your money where your mouth
at some
is.
point too, we got to recap like college sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, once that starts up.
We got the
yeah,
college
that'll be
football
good.
Saturdays are going to be
Once it
good.
starts up, it's college football, man.
I'm talking about college basketball. Sorry.
College
Because
football
we
Saturdays.
spent about 30 minutes on baseball today.
Baseball's for losers.
Baseball's gonna be done.
And baseball's going to be done.
I hate
So
baseball.
we're going to have 30 minutes
Just
to
relax.
fill
Let's just
some
relax.
spots to
over
fill.
here.
We'll give you like 6 minutes for college sports.
Oh,
Yeah, this guy's got his West.
Clippers, Warriors, Thunder, Spurs, Rockets, Pelicans,
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
I like
not
it.
happening.
Pelicans.
Pelicans are not going in.
Nuggets. Nuggets?
Nuggets?
Yeah, he's a Nuggets fan.
I don't care.
The Joker always gives you
You
a
missed
chance.
our NFL recap. We, I think most of us had Carson Wentz MVP and Eagles best team, right?
No,
I said Chiefs.
Curious.
The
Said
panda,
Chief-
panda team over here said Chiefs.
we said Eagles and Wentz. Darren said Wentz, and this loser over here.
Alex
Said
Smith,
Alex
which is
Smith,
wrong. It would be
Homer.
Kareem Hunt anyways.
So let me ask you this, just to get back on this, because
I don't
Dalton,
think we got someone who wasn't happy about some baseball comment, I think, down there.
No baseball love here. I mean, we
no. They love baseball. These guys all
We
love
love-
baseball.
we
Dalton
talked about
played
baseball for
baseball
30
in
minutes.
college.
But here's my question with you, and just because you trigger me because you're my younger brother, and it's a
Okay,
whole
let's
thing.
hear it.
These guys are losers right here.
How
Here we go.
if Alex Smith got hurt tomorrow and was out for 3
I don't think
weeks?
the Chiefs get that much worse.
No, I think they get worse. I do think they
Listen,
get worse.
let's just relax.
I didn't finish my question. And Mahomes comes in and kills it. Does Alex Smith, when he gets healthy, get his starting job back?
That's a big if.
This is
He's
what
He's on a
happens.
contract year.
I'll
this
tell
year,
you
know?
this. There's
But I'm
two.
just saying.
This is a two.
Oh,
This
this
is
guy
a
played baseball with Dalton.
This is a two.
That's wild.
This is a two-part question here. I think, if Alex Smith got hurt and Mahomes comes in and kills it, I think when Alex Smith comes back, he's still your guy. You still run him out there. But I also think
Not what you would do.
I also think that the Chiefs aren't going to re-sign Alex Smith.
Not
So it's
not what you
so it's a-
not
it's
what
a-
you would do. What do you think would happen?
I think he gets his starting job back.
No,
100%.
It's
I think
100%.
Andy Reid is a huge Alex Smith
I
fan.
think Andy Reid would just blow a timeout in the fourth quarter.
Probably. He's definitely going to do that.
He's good for a couple of those.
Yeah, he's going to do that.
But no, it's going to be straight Niner style. It's going to be like Harbaugh. He doesn't care. They're not going to re-sign him. You don't draft a guy, trade up and draft a guy, 11th overall quarterback, to like be when you in a guy that you like his contract year. If he got hurt, it'd be Niner style all over again when Kaepernick took Alex Smith's job and they went to the Super Bowl. I don't know if Mahomes would take the Niners or the Chiefs to
Mahomes
the
has
Super
got a
Bowl.
lot of arm talent, but we only saw him a little bit in the preseason. Granted, he was great, but that's a small sample size. I think you run him out there.
I know. I don't know if he would.
Alex Smith is a gamer.
I also have to put it this way: like with the Chiefs, do you need a guy with a big arm, or do you need
Yes.
a game manager?
Well,
Why?
no.
But Alex Smith
Exactly.
can do both.
Alex
you
Smith is
need
the
a guy
guy.
with a big arm because when Tyreek Hill flies
Yes.
80 yards down the field, someone's got to throw
Yeah,
it.
but
here's
Alex
what-
Smith,
Alex Smith has been hitting those.
can still throw it down the field. He doesn't do it often, but
listen.
he has the capability
Listen,
to throw
here's
the
why the
football down the
Chiefs have been
field.
good this year, because everyone knows the Chiefs have been like, check down team.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to air it out a little bit with Tyreek Hill and even Kelsey, and he's hitting the passes. He's looking good. Alex Smith is looking good. He's looking better this year than
Yeah.
every other year.
What
Oh,
did they say?
absolutely.
What
But
was
that's
this
not-
question right here? What was this question?
He says, "Who's your NFL MVP candidate so far?"
Well,
the
just
problem with-
just go one answer.
Well, the problem with
we touched on it
answering the
earlier,
chat,
but
to be honest, is that we're gonna be redundant.
Yeah,
We've already discussed our NFL MVPs,
gotcha.
and this is a live podcast. I mean, that's part of the thing. But
Yeah, but we went into detail. We can answer it one word in 2 seconds and be done
one
with
word
it.
answer.
Wentz.
NFL. Alex Smith, my MVP.
Wentz.
Wentz. So that's,
There you go.
That's
The consensus is Wentz, but
well, he
I'm
wants
going
multiple
Alex
candidates
Smith.
though.
No,
Well,
there's
we want
one
Wentz.
candidate.
I think
Alex Smith, Carson Wentz are the two choices here. I think Wentz is obviously a unanimous decision. I go Alex Smith.
You're getting too deep.
That's
Yeah.
it. Boom.
Got too deep.
Any
We
last
landed
thoughts here, boys?
mid-season awards. Wentz gets it for sure.
Yeah. Wentz.
Last thoughts. We're gonna end the podcast soon, guys. Make sure to check out the VODs. Though, like I said, we went into depth about the whole the whole World Series. We got the Dodgers MVP if they win. We got the Houston Astros MVP if they win. We talk about the balls being juiced. We talk about Kershaw, Madison Bumgarner. We talk about how bald Justin Turner is. That was just the first 30 minutes
Okay,
of this podcast.
just a quick going back to the baseball thing. Is because of
I'm recapping right now. We're not starting a new question.
All right,
Just go over it. Boom. Let's go.
all right, go ahead.
He's just recapping the whole
We're
thing.
just recapping
We're
what we got
recapping.
going on here.
I know.
We're
I got a little
recapping.
excited.
For the new viewers that have missed it, that's what I'm saying. Make sure you guys go back because we're going to post this on YouTube. We're going to post this on
That is
SoundCloud.
true, yeah.
We're going to post this on iTunes.
Check it out.
This is
Subscribe.
just the live version. We're just live right now. We're just in our onesies live right now.
Raw.
But there's
In the
questions that
flesh.
the people are asking right now that we've already answered. So we want to. That's what we're doing. The recap. We did the World Series recap.
Yeah.
We got a big game tomorrow, Game 7. I think
We all took the Stros.
we all want the
took
Astros to
Stros.
win, but we're all Angels fans. So and we hate the Dodgers, and we think Justin Turner's a bald piece of garbage.
We just
So-
think all of these fucking Dodgers guys are heroes. They're just all heroes, like try hard heroes.
True.
Like just let the
It's
best
just-
guys win, which are the Astros.
By the way,
Verlander's a man. Done. Move on.
Stros win tomorrow. Kershaw and Harden are in the same category.
Loserville.
Yeah.
Choke.
Let's just do
Yeah,
that. Just
yeah.
Harden
next.
choked in Game 6. Kershaw had a chance.
Kershaw's already been a choker.
Boom.
He's
Yeah,
already-
terrible.
He's terrible
He's
in the
trying to
postseason.
outprove. He's trying to
He's trying to
be not
prove
a
people
choker.
wrong that he's actually not bad in the postseason. But yet
Except
he
for the
proves
Cardinals just
he proves
destroyed.
again that he sucks in the postseason. Next.
Okay,
Boom.
that was our World Series
MLB
recap.
done. MLB done.
NFL recap. We got Wentz as our MVP.
Yeah.
We got Eagles. Two of us have Eagles as our best midseason team.
The Pandas have the Chiefs.
The Pandas had the Chiefs.
Pandas are on the Chiefs.
We
I also said Deshaun Watson. I like Watson a lot.
What do we think about the Patriots?
That
We
was
think
my
the
fantasy
Patriots are
pick of the
worse or
year.
better than last year?
Worse.
Worse than last year?
Not
Not just by the record, but I think it's like
Overall,
they're
they-
probably the same, to be honest.
I think
they look worse. They look worse.
They look
And they're
worse,
with
but
that,
they're
and
probably the same.
Hightower might be out for the year.
I think we
They
came
look
to the-
worse, but they're probably the same. They're
I
probably,
came to the
don't
conclusion
know.
that Julian Edelman was more important than maybe people give him credit for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh,
or without him.
we got fucked by some bets this week, like we always get fucked by.
Yeah.
The Bills fucked me,
Or are
which
we
was
just bad at betting?
I mean we're just like
Depending
Well,
on
it
what
wasn't a
side
bad
of
beat.
that,
You
depending
got
on what
crushed.
sides of the game you're on, I was on that right side of the Bills game, so go Bills. But yeah,
we
That
got
actually
Tarek's
happened,
we
yeah.
got Tarek's picks of the week coming up on Friday.
Idiot
Tarek,
Savant.
our idiot savant. He won $1,500 last week.
this is your lottery play.
Unfortunately,
You got to
this is
do
where
it.
you need to be. If you're
Just
not
throw,
watching,
just throw a little. It's a little chubber. Throw
don't
10
even
bucks
watch on
it and just
Tuesdays.
thank us later.
Tuesdays suck. Come on Friday, get Tarek's pick of the week, and make some money. Okay,
It's once a week. You got to tune in on Fridays to get this guy's picks of the week
you
Or
gotta get
watch
some,
on YouTube.
get some, or listen on
Yeah,
iTunes
but you might
or
be too late.
SoundCloud.
because he might sneak in a cricket bet. You never know.
And then let's move. And then our NBA talk was Giannis is real.
Yeah,
Giannis
probably MVP.
Antetokounmpo.
Giannis.
Papadopoulos.
The Greek freak.
He's real. He has a legitimate shot at winning MVP this year.
Yeah,
Probably
absolutely.
will.
He
He
probably
probably will.
Lonzo is shitty shooter, but he's putting
Numbers
up
are
decent
good,
numbers.
He's the real deal.
He's
He'll be
comparable
all
to
right.
Jason
Yeah.
Kidd, which is a good
He'll be all
comparison.
right.
That's
Uh,
unreal. This kid's a monster.
like young Jason Kidd. You know?
yeah.
Rest in peace, Gordon Hayward.
Gross.
Man,
We
terrible.
love Gordon Hayward.
Worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Terrible.
And we had a couple of different opinions on the best NBA team. You guys want to run down those real quick? I had Boston. Who'd you have?
I didn't even give one. There's no best NBA team. They're all bad.
You had
Except for the
Warriors.
Warriors. I mean, the
Warriors.
Warriors are the best team
Darius and
talent-wise.
Darius and Darren have Warriors. Who do you have?
He's got the Bills.
Bills. I think the Wizards would put up a good fight, but they're not the best team, so it's the Warriors probably.
Warriors.
I don't like them, but they're the
I'm
best
talking
team.
about, but we're talking about literally through this season so far.
Warriors.
Okay. And then we discussed why the Cavs and Warriors aren't doing well because
don't care.
they don't really give a shit.
They're gonna.
Well,
We're
crush.
gonna show up playoff
Let's
time,
get
and that's
this
it.
though. Let's get the Western
You want to lock down the top
playoffs. Playoffs teams in the West for NBA here.
8? We've locked down 6 for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh,
You think Minnesota was a lock?
I think 5 is a lock.
Write it down. Put it down.
I
Lock
think
it
there's
in.
5 locks.
Lock it in for
What are
playoffs.
the 5
Lock it in
locks?
now.
Golden State, Houston, OKC, San Antonio, Minnesota. Those are my 5 locks. And then I think it's a toss up.
Who's in
Clippers is
Minnesota's division?
Huh? Who's gonna win what division?
Who is in the Minnesota's division? Golden State?
No, Memphis. They're in that division.
I think Memphis is making the playoffs.
Clippers are making the playoffs.
It's Mem.
If they
Oh
stay
no,
healthy.
no, they're not. I'm sorry.
If
They're
they
in the
stay
north.
healthy.
No, no, no.
That's what I
They're,
thought. I thought they're with Golden State.
no, they're in the northwest. They're in Minnesota, Utah, Portland, Oklahoma City, and Denver.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Boom, 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 boom.
That's not nasty. Minnesota wins that division.
I don't think they do.
You think OKC will?
Clippers,
Maybe.
Warriors, Thunder, Spurs, Rockets, Pelicans, Timberwolves, Nuggets. Lock it in. That's what creme de la creme
Pelicans.
says.
Pelicans.
I'm
Clippers,
Grim.
Pelicans, loser.
I like
out of
your
our chat
homer
right
pick
now.
with the
No,
Nuggets.
you could-
just
I mean,
because you're a
The
Nuggets fan.
Pelicans. I don't care about the Pelicans. They
Go.
could sneak in.
They're not going to.
Get the
Nuggets.
Nuggets out of
Oh, the
there.
Nuggets. Oh, he's a Nuggets
Jesus.
homer.
I like the
Nuggets
homer pick
homer.
though. I like the homer pick. I'm a big
Ride
fan.
the team till
I'm
you
a
die.
big. I'm a
Lakers
huge.
homer. I'm not putting them in the playoffs.
I'm a huge Joker
That's
fan.
'cause
So
we're
ride it.
smart. Lakers
Ride
fans.
it.
We want him to lose.
Okay. Yeah. Just tank.
I don't know, man. I like Utah. I like Memphis.
The Under Kings.
I like Portland. I don't like watching them, but they're good. They're good.
So here's
basketball.
my question with Utah. You
Bet the under on a
tie,
game.
yeah, we got that.
Yeah, 100%.
Tie game. You 5 seconds left. You need a guy to create a shot. Who on that team can do that?
I don't even need. I'm just gonna throw the ball to Rudy Gobert and see what happens.
Rudy Gobert is not going to be your guy at the end of the
He
game.
just dunks
What
it.
about what's his face?
What about ISO Joe?
Oh, God.
ISO Joe.
That's the problem.
What
Your
about-
guy,
you got the
your
other guy,
guy,
Rodney
your
Hood.
guy
Yeah,
is
Rodney
Joe
Hood.
Johnson.
What about
Rodney
Rodney
All
Hood?
right, guys.
Rodney Hood's not bad.
We're at
not
our
Yeah, we're
time
done.
limit. We're
This
at our
is
time
it.
limit. We could talk about ISO Joe's 50-year-old ass.
Wait,
Dusty
time
ass.
out. What
It's
about
so
Donovan Mitchell?
That's done. Just lock it up.
You don't like Donovan Mitchell?
I
That guy's
like
a
him,
fucking
but
gamer.
I like him, but he's not. Here's
throwing
the
in the
ball.
towel.
5 seconds left. Go get us a game winning
You ever
shot.
watch him play a
We're
little bit?
hot.
Yes,
no
I'm the
fan,
biggest
no
college
AC.
basketball guy
Donovan
here.
Mitchell plays 20 minutes a game, dude. He's not doing anything.
This is done. Lock it in. It's
Probably
over.
the dunk of the year so far.
I'm
Okay,
the big-
that's not going to make you win a game.
Donovan Mitchell's nice.
I'm the biggest college basketball guy
Joe
here. I know.
Ingles.
That's
All right.
Come back Friday.
All right,
Tune
guys.
in Friday.
Come back Friday. We'll
Thank you
have
for watching. Please follow us. Click one of these buttons up here, this heart.
Click the link.
We'll be back on Friday
Up there?
at around 8 p.m., 8:30, 9 p.m. Between those hours. We don't have really a set schedule. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/DadBodSportsTalk. Follow us on YouTube. Click the link below for the YouTube. Subscribe, share, like the videos.
Post it. Get it out there.
We're going to start a SoundCloud. I got to start a SoundCloud. Make sure you follow the Twitter. The Twitter is pretty important too. twitter.com/DadBodSportsTLK. No A. And then hopefully we're gonna get iTunes set up. We're probably gonna try to set up a website soon, and then we can get like a feed going, and that's how we're able to submit it to iTunes. But that's probably a week or two away. So
If you guys got anything you want us to talk about on Friday,
tweet at us.
Tweet it.
tweet it.
get
Let us
really
go.
excited about Dalton Eats World.
Oh yeah, we got
Ooh.
Dalton. This is a secret segment that we came up with because this guy's never had. He's like worse than a little kid. He's never,
had mashed potatoes.
He's never had mashed potatoes. He's never had honey. He's
Beans.
never had black beans, pinto beans, refried, any type
kind
of
of
beans. This is not a joke. So we're gonna make him try something new.
That's what we need. That's what we
Every-
really need.
You
our
got to be
viewers
a
for.
loyal
Every week he's
follower
gonna
for
try
that.
something.
So viewers, if you have any
He
food,
doesn't eat fish. He's never had a fish in his life.
if you have
never had a
any
piece of shrimp.
food that you love eating,
Recommendations are accepted.
yeah, we'll take any
Hit
recommendations.
us up
We'd
on
love to
the-
try.
Never
Hit us
had
on the Twitter
ranch.
feed. Hit us on the
He
Twitter
doesn't
feed.
like ranch dressing.
He's never had ranch.
Submit questions. Let us interact.
Submit questions. Submit
You
concerns.
guys are fist fucking me. He's never had ranch.
You guys got anything you
Have you
want
had
us to
ranch
talk
before?
about?
All right.
Put it to the Twitter. I've never had
That's-
ranch. We're gonna close it on that.
Oh my god.
Come back next. Come back on Friday.
Twitter.com/DadBodSportsTLK. No A. Because it wasn't long enough. So ketchup chips. You probably love those.
Ketchup chips.
No,
Never had
look at
them.
his face. No.
He's never had them.
I don't, wait, what is, time out, what is a ketchup chip?
We have pickle
Like
chips.
like a Frito with some ketchup on it, or like a
No,
Lay's
it's a
chip,
potato- it's a
or
potato
is it a
ketchup
potato
flavored-
chip flavored
that sounds
chip?
tasty,
Ketchup.
kind of.
All
I
right,
would eat
we,
that.
this
All
could
right,
go
guys.
on forever.
You guys are good. We'll
Thanks
see
for
you
watching.
Friday.
Thanks for hanging
See you
out.
guys
Follow the
Friday.
stream.
Thanks,
We'll
guys.
See you on Friday. We got Tarek Zidane's idiot savant pick of the week.
Yo.
We done?